Hit that like button if you enjoy being harassed by the boomer manager at McDonald's for bringing in your own choice of drink or snack. Welcome back. It's a new week for you and me, Doomers. April 14th. I don't think we're going to survive the next 4 years, but society is cooked now. Dating is cooked. We're cooked. Just look around. I hope you don't have grandchildren. It is an abysmal time to be in the States. The happiness ranking put us down to the 24th level of hell. No one can seem to agree about anything. Like I said, sometimes I go out and it feels like, who can harass me today? Because everybody is so anxious and nervous about the oncoming recession, aka Greatest Depression. We've been here before, raising tariffs, the Thule tariffs, or whatever you want to call them, and fiscal policy by economics majors, which is just, it's fucking trash, okay? They don't dictate our lives or happiness or any of that. You have to break free from the matrix, however that looks for you. I have a truck pulling up here, doing some maintenance. So, as I was saying, dating is cooked. I haven't been on a date, believe it or not, in like 3 years, and then before that, another 3 or 4 years, because hypergamy is so absolutely fucking extreme. I was living in the pinnacle of dating culture in Dallas, Texas in the late 2010s before I left, and it seems like just being average or decent person isn't good enough anymore. We've based our society and our attributes off our wealth and income. Who cares if you're a decent person, you know, and you volunteer in your community, you help the poor, you reach out a helping hand, try to facilitate, foster a community. Now, we don't even look at each other. We don't talk to each other. There's nothing to relate on. It's cooked, okay? It's societal decay. Enjoy our last decade. And I sound like a dead horse saying that, but it's the truth. All of the signs on the wall are written. In fact, Ray Dalio just came out on CNBC indicating that we're headed for something much worse than a recession, in his words. Peter Schiff said the same thing. You know, bond market is selling off. Gold is going up. The anxiety is palpable, okay, in day-to-day. Eggs actually went up, so Orange Man lied about everything. And it seems like we want to take a hold of Greenland and go to war with China. I mean, a trade war is one step below a real war. The damage that this is going to cause to an already poverty-stricken public is going to be epic. Okay, the next couple years, imagine Hoovervilles, Kyle Kalinske talks about this already, on the channel. He's always got something to say. And that note, all this doom and gloom, it makes me sad. I'm a human. It makes me sad when I walk by the children's section at the library, for instance, or see playgrounds, just anything to do with the suffering that the species will experience here by next decade. And on that note, I have to reiterate that my videos have been doing mid lately. I understand everyone's stressed out, and sometimes I just have to put the facts out again. My last video was just a lot of like data and evidence, information, because some people are new to this channel and they don't, really pay attention or aware. But I know that's not all the case. All of you are here, 200 or 300 of you, little miracles. So back to the economics of things. This is going to cost the average person, family, like $4,700 a year, give or take. So I recommend you go and participate in your local food bank and or start, building small resistance groups and tribes. I know that when this all breaks down, it's just going to separate into factions, and no amount of military buildup on the borders is going to save us from our own internal combustion of societal collapse. A lot to take in. I still would urge you visit Climate and Economy. He's looking for some more viewers. His website I often reference. Try to clear your mind and avoid, I wouldn't say negative news, it's just human news, like human behavior. This psycho killing his parents and going after Trump, and that guy lit a Pennsylvania or somebody's house on fire. He wanted to hit him with a hammer. I get inundated with these cop videos of just like shooting people. Cops are out to reinforce the system, okay? Just like the Romans arresting Jesus for thinking a little differently and thinking, maybe we can do things a little different from this autocratic, authoritarian rule. It's absolutely crazy. I'm well, and my car's running. Not to make this about me, but I got solar panels up now, taking advantage of the prices now. I notice across the board, like electronics and technology stuff, go ahead and doom spend on that shit now. My friend in Pennsylvania is putting a large language model called Dolphin on a USB drive for me. I'm stoked about getting that. One of his first inquiries was like what's the best way to steal a 2004 Toyota Highlander, and it actually gave a full response, and it's not influenced by, like, it doesn't have an angle, like some of these models do. I'm thinking about bridging back into more nature cinematography type work, because just to take a break from all this, because the charts, the breaking code, yikes, and economics right now is just completely confusing and fucked, and the only people that are really like doing it well is like boomers. Everyone millennial and younger is like looking forward to a crash, not just a recession. Like let the whole fucking thing burn, that these geezer economics majors dictate or tell us how we're supposed to live a happy life. I would send you to Gerbert's channel. Check out Gerbert's Void. He does a whole rant called Gen Z, like, facing a recession. Age groups here, but it is significant. I thought today as an thought experiment, if hypothetically we had a future, and the world doesn't fucking implode in the next 4 years, which it will, newsflash, what do the women nowadays look like? What would they look like if they got older? Okay, you all know what I'm talking about. Like the really boring, no style, no flavor women you meet who are much older, maybe in their 60s and 50s, 60s and 70s, if they haven't adventured or explored life. They just, or their personality, they're just like plain. What I'm saying is young women nowadays are so incredibly independent, and in some cases over the top, like wild. How do they mature out? What does that look like? How do they even stay alive is my point. I don't think they really have any good grounds or principles to stand on, because they reject our influence. There's no safe place for men anymore. I don't want to get into misogynist they argument. I'm just saying the cultural dynamics right now are so fucking not in favor for a cohesive society across the board. This is men and women, that it brings out these kind of character traits that is just repulsive, that we facilitated this in this society, which is why our happiness ranking is down to the 24th level. Like, we've dropped to the 24th level. So, new week, new you, new us, doomers. Hit that like and subscribe. Use the donation link. I try to keep this about the world and reality, because these are my meditations. I'll talk to you guys soon. See ya.